About expectations being set extraordinarily low.
Without question.
Coming into the number, so it doesn't take much. As Kovac was saying, it's not like you skyrocketed over the bar.
No.
In terms of the Azure number that the street was at. I mean, you barely got over that hurdle.
Look, I think it goes back to 2023, 3,200 S&P calls, 4,800 S&P calls. Balance emotionally somewhere in the middle and understand, don't get too high, don't get too low. Look to generate alpha opportunities and get paid to wait.
No, you know what
this is an example of that.
You know what the biggest problem may be? No matter what you say, and look, we have to wait for the call, okay? And the call's at 5:30. So we have a little bit of time to wait on that. But Nadella, the CEO himself, told you. What? He told you don't buy our stock. We got another 2 years of pain ahead of us for the sector.
He did not say don't buy our stock.
He didn't say don't buy my stock, but for all intents and purposes, he said don't buy my stock. It's going to be another 2 years of pain.
He did what a CEO should do in this environment. He guided to a very challenged environment. He's still investing in the business with the open AI investment. So he's making the investment there. He's doing what a CEO should be doing in this environment. And you've got the stock right now sitting at 253. Investors can make the decision.
You know what I meant.
Premium valuation isn't warranted, sell out of it right here. Take advantage of the rally after the close.
Well, what is the appropriate multiple? The street's going to have to decide. And let's not forget that Microsoft year to date, as the rest of tech has been rallying, it hasn't.
It has not.
It's done nothing.
But there, in fact, lies the challenge where you've got negative momentum, you've got poor technical conditions for the stock. It's a conflict between fundamentals and technicals.
What about Texas Instruments? We turn our attention back to that. I mean, it is important. You got the personal computing side that it sells into, the industrial economy. That's why it's important. Now, maybe it doesn't carry as much bellwether weight as it once did, but it's still important to somebody like you who owns the stock.
No, I disagree. I actually think that Texas Instruments is an important bellwether because of the move that we're seeing in the semis. And the semis are the 2020 transports. That's what they are. They're so relevant to not only the domestic but the global economy. Also, let's understand something. Texas Instruments has 90% international revenue exposure. What has the value of the U.S. dollar done since late September?
It's gone down.
Oh, and it's gone down by about 12%. That's going to have a positive impact on a lot of multinational companies. I think that's, in fact, what investors should be thinking about, having that type of exposure.
Yeah. There's Texan right there. They report 213 a share. The estimate that we have was 198. You got a revenue beat as well, but it's going to come down to what the guidance was. There was some expectation on the street that they would guide below consensus. So we'll try and figure out exactly what the story is there. The stock is not doing all that much, but as you've said, and some are suggesting that right now semis are a lead for the broader market, that what was, double or triple ordering isn't so much of an issue at this point. You went from a shortage to a glut of chips. How do we factor that into how we think about this space right now, given the money that's gone in there, by the way, to start the year?
So I think the worst case scenario for the semis has been priced in 2022. I think, I don't view the economic outlook in the binary sense. I've said all along, hard landing happened in risk assets already. You've priced in so much negative news into stocks already. Tell me what else is going to be needed to be priced in to return stocks to the lows in 2022.
Recession.
I don't think, okay,
right?
But a recession, an economic recession, has already been priced into stocks.
No, it hasn't, according to J.P. Morgan's Marco Kolanovic.
Okay, so I respectfully disagree. I believe that
That's
a recession.
What he put out yesterday in this very hour.
I believe an economic recession has already been priced into stocks. A significant earnings recession, that has not been priced into stocks. Are we seeing an indication of an earnings recession in these numbers after the close? Doesn't look like it to me. I'm not wildly bullish. I don't believe in the 4,800 calls. I just think that you have to be balanced to understand that you're marking time. The market can move on either side of 4,000, and you could find opportunities to generate alpha.
How is a recession priced into the market if we're 15% off of the 52-week low for stocks? We're only down 13 1/3.
Scott, the stock market is not the economy. I'll say it over and over again. What did D.R. Horton do today? It made an all-time high. What is the housing market doing? The housing market is contracting. Go try and sell your home. You can't do that. You can't sell a home right now. The transacted.
Didn't those stocks already take a hit? Maybe that area is troughing.
No, those stocks have been remarkably resilient. The home builders throughout the second half of 2022 into 2023.